Oh, Amex, what are you doing? So it looks like American Express is making some huge revamps across their line of cards, from their gold cards to their Delta cards, and now here in their Hilton lineup of cards. And although these changes could be good or bad, depending on the person or traveler you are, there is one really worrying trend that will make it a lot harder to get value from these cards and credit cards in general. Stay tuned for that one. And just like Stan the Credit Frog, great deep analysis by the way, I also don't stay at Hilton's and prefer Marriott for my property chain of choice. And actually just booked one for my upcoming trip to New York, mainly because of my Marriott Gold status from my Platinum card, my stash of points over the years of accumulating, or sometimes just getting friends and family rates. But as I'm getting to the middle of my credit card journey and I've exhausted most of those very obvious choices, I'm starting to look into some hotel cards, and the Hilton cards have been on my radar, mainly as a great way to get good value from aspirational stays, or if I'm ready to make the jump over to Hilton. So let's break down the entire lineup of Hilton cards, including my take on all of the major changes, and if this card is moving up or down my wants list. First, we got your baseline Hilton Honors card, which comes with a limited time offer of 100,000 Hilton points after 2K of spend in the first 6 months, ending January 17th, 2024. That amounts to just over $300 a month on average, which should be quite easy to hit. And that's the story of this card in general, a basic, easy card to use that will give you the bare minimum of what Hilton has to offer, but will charge you $0, so no annual fees. Then when it comes to spending with the card, you're getting 7 times points when you're booking hotels and resorts through Hilton, 5 times on dining at US restaurants, 5 times on US groceries, 5 times on gas, and 3 times on everything else. Now before you go and wonder why these multipliers look so amazing, especially on a no annual fee card, when cards like the Amex Gold costing you $250 a year only gives you 4 times points on supermarkets and dining, it's because not all points are created equal. General Amex membership reward points are really flexible, from being able to cash out through the Schwab Platinum at 1.1 cents per point, to transferring to one of their amazing travel partners, on average earning upwards of 2 cents per point. Whereas here for Hilton points, you're pretty much only getting good value when you're using them towards Hilton stays, and giving you an average of about 0.5 cents per point. And using that value, these multipliers are actually giving you an average value of 3.5, 2.5, and 1.5%, as well as the welcome bonus of 100,000 points being worth around $500. Now, even though this is the base tier of your Hilton cards, there are still a couple more perks, like having no foreign transaction fees, secondary car rental coverage, purchase protection, and shop runner. But more importantly, you'll get complimentary silver status, putting you one step above a regular member, earning you additional benefits like 20% bonus on your stays, free water, 5th night free on your award stays, rollover nights, and spa discounts, with a path to gold status if you spend more than $20,000 a year on the card. But being able to do so does not mean you should, because there are better ways to get Hilton Gold, like the next card, the Hilton Honors Surpass card. And unlike the base Hilton Honors card, this card comes with a major revamp, and with any major revamp comes with an increase in annual fees, here going from $95 up to $150. And with that, first you get a limited time elevated offer of 170,000 points after 3K of spend in the first 6 months, also ending January of 2024. And at the same 0.5 cents per point average, that's a value of about $850, so significantly more than the base Hilton Honors card for not that much more spend. Then when it comes to spending, you're getting one major addition. So on top of the usual 12 times points for hotels and resorts through their portfolio, 6 times on dining, groceries, gas, you're getting 4 times on US online retail, which is new, and then 3 times on everything else. Remember, that then equates to about 6%, 3%, 2% and 1.5% back in value. So the 4 times on US online retail is really only valued at about 2% back, which is then not that exciting anymore. Fortunately, that's not the only change you're getting with this rise in annual fees. No, you'll also be getting $200 in Hilton credit every year for purchases made directly with Hilton, though split into $50 every quarter. And that brings us to the first fork in the road. Yes, although this is a Hilton card, they are really pushing it more towards Hilton loyalists, because to them, that's basically viewed as a positive trade-off. You're increasing the annual fee by $55, but you're getting $200 more in value. That's a win. And if you are able to use at least 2/4 of that credit, so $50, $50, $100, that's already more than enough to cover that increase of annual fees. They get more revenue from their annual fees and you get more value in Hilton credit. Yet the secondary effect to that is they actually don't need to cough up $200 just to give you that credit. To them, the cost of a $200 Hilton credit is much less. Let's say only $100. And they get you in the door more often because the credit is now broken up into quarters, which means they hope that you're spending more with them throughout that time, increasing their overall value of you as a customer. Honestly, it's like a win for you, but a double win for Hilton. Smart play. Unfortunately, there is a perk leaving, and that's the 10 priority pass lounge visits per year. If you already have other cards that get you lounge access, this may not really matter, but it seems like a lot of people were using this card as their primary lounge card because it had a low annual fee, and if they don't travel that often, then 10 visits a year is more than enough. If that's you, I would recommend checking out the Venture X card because not only does it give you unlimited access to priority pass lounges, it also gives you access to Plaza Premium and Capital One lounges. Yes, it costs $395 a year to keep open, but there's 2 easy-to-use credits that total $400 in value, fully covering the $395 in annual fees. So check out this video for all the details. Then you'll still get your chance at a free net reward after 15K of spend in the calendar year, which is pretty decent. I mean, with free net rewards covering resort fees and taxes, and having no restrictions on certain categories of hotels, you could spend it wisely and easily get upwards of $500 in value from that reward alone. Next new thing, you're getting National Car Rental Executive status, and I think that's a smart move. I mean, Amex already has a good relationship with National, with giving status through other cards like their Platinum card. So why not bring it to more cards? Especially a hotel card that will already naturally attract travelers. And with this status, you're getting faster free rental days, choosing any car in the executive area if you pay for mid-size rates, and guaranteed upgrades if you reserve a full-size car. Unfortunately though, the Hilton Gold that you're getting with this card does not offer you free parking. But hey, you're able to use that Hilton credit towards parking if you want. That said, the Hilton Gold does give you everything that the lower tiers have, but you're also getting an 80% earning bonus on stays, room upgrades to executive floors but excluding suites, daily food and beverage credit, and milestone benefits. You'll also get secondary car rental coverage, baggage insurance, purchase protection, extended warranty, and shop runner, as well as an opportunity to go for Hilton Diamond status after spending a whopping $40,000 on this card in a calendar year, which, like the previous card, is not worth it in my opinion, because A, you can get so much more value if you put that spend on other cards for cashback or hitting welcome bonuses, and B, you can get Diamond status for $550, up from $450 with the next revamped card, the Hilton Honors Aspire card, which also has a limited time welcome bonus of 180,000 points after 6K of spend in the first 6 months, ending in the same date in January 2024. But if you compare all of the 3 cards bonuses next to each other, you'll see that the return on spend actually varies a lot, with the Hilton Honors giving you 100,000 points for 2K of spend, the Hilton Honors Surpass card giving you 170k points for 3k of spend, and the Aspire card giving you 180k points for 6k of spend. Normalize that at 0.5 cents per point, and you're getting $500, $850, and $950 in value for each of those welcome bonuses, or a 25%, 28.3%, and 15.8% return on your spend. So the sweet spot for welcome bonuses across all of the cards has to be the Surpass card. That said, you don't get a high-end card like the Aspire just for the welcome bonus. First, spending multipliers. You're still getting your 14 times points on hotels and resorts through Hilton, 7 times on select travel, including flights booked with the airlines or the portal, and car rentals booked with the companies themselves, 7 times on dining, and 3 times on everything else. So depending on your lifestyle, it's possible that you get more value from the Surpass card given it covers a wider range of categories compared to the Aspire, although the Aspire will give you higher multipliers. Then with that $100 increase in annual fees, if you're a Hilton loyalist, just like with on the Surpass, you're going to be happy with these changes. Because first, you're getting a refreshed Hilton Resorts credit of $400, up from $250, so a $150 bump, which is more than enough to cover the increase of annual fees. However, it is split into two, so $200 per half. Although you still could combine this with the $100 on property credit if you're staying minimum 2 nights at the Waldorf Astoria or Conrad hotels and resorts. And the airline credit is being updated too, from the original $250 in airline incidental credits, which has been historically hard to use given you had to choose an airline, then only use it towards fees like baggage or seat selection. Now it's a $200 flight credit, which means you can use it towards airfare purchases directly, but it is split into 4 quarters at $50 per quarter. And that's the worrying trend here. More and more cards are moving their credits and benefits towards ones which are broken up throughout the year. And I mean, I get it. If you just give a one-time credit or benefit, people are just going to use it once and then forget about the card. If you break it up to multiple pieces, you're putting that card top of mind for the cardholder and having them use it more often. And the secondary effect, which is less talked about, is that not only is it top of mind, they'll probably overall get more value from you as a customer. For example, the old credit, you just need to fit in 1 major trip, get the $250 off, and that's it. With this new credit, you need to do 2 different stays. And those 2 different stays are probably going to be much more than if you just had 1 stay, which means they're getting more value from you. Maybe each time you visit this Hilton property, you like to eat at the restaurant. Now, if you're visiting twice, well, more revenue for them. I get it, I don't like it, and I think most of the credit card community does not like this as well. With more credits moving in this direction, it's gonna be a lot harder to manage and use all of these benefits. And that's another thing too. With so many different credits, people are bound to forget. And so even if you could get the $200 in airline fee credit, most people may only travel once or twice a year and use 2 of those quarters, so $100. Then they don't have to actually pay out the $200 for your airline fees. Another win-win for them, being able to offer a perceived higher value from their cards, knowing very well a good portion of those cardholders are not going to maximize that value, which means their cost to offer that $200 is actually going to be a lot lower. Next, it seems like they are really pushing these cards towards more pure hotel cards. Because similar to the Surpass card, here on the Aspire, the Priority Pass benefit is also going away. So again, I checked the Venture X or another card to give you that perk because travel, lounges, and hotels do go hand in hand. Tack on the new $189 in clear credit, giving you a better airport experience, and the same national car rental executive status that the Surpass card gets, new cell phone protection, and you honestly get a nicely refreshed card that gives you much more value if you're able to leverage those credits. Oh, and now in addition to the free night reward that you already get with the card, which again can be worth upwards of $500 itself, you can now get an additional night if you spend $30,000 in a calendar year, on top of the original benefit of getting another night after $60K of spend in a calendar year. Again, this is another carrot they're dangling in front of you to get you to spend more and more often on these cards. But all of that said, it's fortunate that nothing is changing to the star benefit on this card, which is Hilton Diamond status, getting you everything that the lower tiers have, but 100% points earning bonus on your stays, upgrades including suites, executive lounge access, diamond status extensions, premium Wi-Fi, 48-hour room guarantee, and elite status gifting. And of course, with any premium card, you're getting all the benefits that the other Hilton cards have, as well as better baggage insurance, trip delay and trip cancellation insurance, better purchase protection, extended warranty, concierge, and my favorite, return protection. Now, with all of that said, do these changes bump the cards up or down my want list? Well, I would say pretty much neutral, if not maybe slightly down. Personally, only the Surpass or the Aspire cards have been on my radar, primarily for the potential multiple free nights and the Hilton Diamond status for upgrades and all the other perks. The welcome bonuses are nice, but I don't think they're that insane, because bonuses like the 3 free night awards on the Boundless or previous offers like 150k and a 50k free night on the Brilliant cards on the Marriott side are better for me. Unfortunately, I don't think I travel often enough personally to leverage the quarterly flight credit, the semi-annual Hilton resort credit, or the quarterly Hilton credit. Hiltons haven't been that prominent in a lot of the cities I've traveled to. Marriott has taken that spot, and I don't really do that many domestic trips, maybe for work, but for work, the flights are charged directly to the company and hotels are fully reimbursed. The Hilton Diamond could be nice though, because I can leverage that even for all of these work trips. And with all of those free night awards, they are nice, but unless I have a specific trip coming up, I feel like I would have to force or mold a certain vacation around this card to make use of it. I'll probably also never spend on this card outside of Hilton or for the welcome bonus, given all of the other cards I already have. Car rental status I already have on other cards like the Amex Platinum card. And because of these cards, the lounge access changes don't actually affect me. So I'm kind of conflicted. I mean, these cards aren't at the top of my list of cards I want to get, but if I were to get this card, then I think the Aspire with the Hilton Diamond is more beneficial for my lifestyle. But with the recent Amex changes making it so you won't be eligible for the welcome bonus on a certain card if you've had that card or a card above it before, so like me, where if you already had the Amex Platinum card, you no longer qualify for the Amex Gold bonuses, I'm kind of afraid that it's gonna happen on the Hilton cards too. And in that case, then technically the correct way is to go for the Surpass card and then later go for the Aspire card, given the same type of change would apply here. Or maybe I go for the Marriott Bonvoy Brilliant card and obtain the Marriott Platinum status. Or just ignore hotel cards in general and focus on maximizing my rewards on other credit cards, which I explained all about in this video over here. See you over there.